You're listening to Curell Case Files, where the mysterious becomes undeniable and the unexplained demands attention. I'm Nick.
And I'm Kami. Each week, we guide you through the most chilling real-life cases, disappearances, strange events, and crimes that defy logic.
If you're joining us after our debut episode, you'll remember the name Emily Reyes, a 17-year-old girl who vanished without a trace after boarding bus number 14 in Magnolia Springs.
She boarded. Everyone saw her. But when the bus reached its final stop, she was gone. No one saw her get off, no physical trace, just a text message. "He's here again. I'm not crazy."
But what happened after that text might be even stranger, because 2 minutes later, at 7:19 a.m., a call came into dispatch. A call from a number that hadn't existed for over a decade.
This wasn't a prank. This wasn't a glitch. The voice on that line spoke one word over and over again, Emily's name.
So we ask you, what would you do if you received a call from a line that shouldn't exist, and the voice on the other end was calling your name?
This is Curell Case Files, Episode 2, The Voice on Line 7. On the morning of March 3rd, 2022, the Magnolia Springs Dispatch received a 42-second phone call. The line that rang, Line 7, an emergency backup line used during disasters.
Except Line 7 hadn't been active since 2009. The district had moved to digital VoIP systems. Line 7 was supposed to be disconnected, archived, and forgotten.
Yet there it was, ringing.
The operator, Mary Delgado, said the screen flickered. No caller ID, just a blank green screen with the number 7 slowly blinking. She answered, thinking it was a test, but it wasn't.
What she heard next was static, garbled tones, then a voice, low, deliberate, and male.
It said, "Emily, Emily, Emily," 6 times, then one last phrase.
"He sees you."
No return number, no signal origin. The line went dead. Delgado wrote it up as a potential prank, but when she heard the name Emily, she connected it to the missing girl, and panic set in. The recording was isolated and handed over to forensics. Audio engineers confirmed it was a human voice, male, roughly between 40 and 60 years old.
But the audio was layered. It had analog distortion, like it had been recorded through cassette tape loops. It wasn't digital noise, it was aged, degraded.
Even stranger, the sound frequency showed a pattern, not random static. It repeated in intervals, a perfect rhythm, almost like Morse code embedded in the silence.
Here's the official transcript.
"Emily, Emily, 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 he sees you." The investigators who listened to it reported discomfort. One said he felt like someone was breathing behind him. Another said he had the urge to unplug the equipment.
A tech at the audio lab refused to handle the file a second time. He said, quote, "It feels like something heard us listening to it."
We don't claim paranormal explanations, but when professionals are shaken by a voice on a line that shouldn't exist, we pay attention.
Line 7 was physically disconnected from all terminals. The call bypassed all known protocols and came through anyway. The audio file itself had no timestamp metadata.
Every phone call, even prank calls, generates data. IP, routing path, server origin. This one had none. It was a phantom.
The local phone company, Southeastern Gridline, brought in experts to examine the network logs. They found no activity on any known line, only a phantom pulse that lasted exactly 42 seconds.
Theories ranged from internal system failure to a rogue analog hijack, but nothing matched up. There was no physical connection that could have rerouted that call.
A national telecom consultant said he'd never seen anything like it. "It's like the call tunneled through time," he said.
The official report marked the event as unexplained, no further action possible.
That didn't sit right with Emily's family.
The call sparked online theories, with Reddit threads exploding under the tag Line 7 Whispers. But some locals connected it to a case from 2004, the disappearance of Layla Hart.
Layla, a 28-year-old school teacher, claimed she'd heard her name whispered on a dead radio frequency. She told friends someone was calling her from nowhere.
She vanished 3 days later. No trace, no phone activity, just one audio journal entry left behind.
"He's here again, I'm not crazy."
Same words Emily texted, same tone, same fear. Then came the strangest detail. Emily's father, Isaac Reyes, reviewed the call recording. When he heard the cadence of Emily, he froze.
It was the way he used to call her for dinner as a little girl. Same tone, same pause.
But he hadn't spoken to her that morning, and no recording of his voice was stored on any server.
Which raises a chilling question. Was the voice mimicking her father, Or was it him through some unknown medium?
That's when the case moved from mystery to something far more terrifying.
A team at Florida State University analyzed the frequency waves. They matched it to Cold War-era shortwave broadcasts used by number stations.
Number stations are cryptic transmissions that often feature voices reading numbers, words, or codes, sometimes looping for hours.
The audio from Line 7 matched the waveform of a defunct Soviet broadcast that ceased transmission in 1983.
So how did it reappear in 2022 with a girl's name embedded in it?
Some theorists believe it came from an old signal tower reactivated by accident. Others claim these towers were never fully turned off, just redirected.
One engineer called the call intelligent interference, a rogue signal looking for someone specific.
Paranormal investigators offered a different angle, an echo of trauma, bouncing between timelines, searching for resolution.
Then came the wildcard theory. A classified report leaked by a telecom insider mentioned non-human signal bursts using human mimicry.
In short, something pretending to be someone we know, using technology we don't understand.
And that's something called Emily.
For Emily's family, the call changed everything. Isaac Reyes began to record every phone in the house, convinced he might hear her again.
Her mother, Sonia, refused to speak to the media, but a neighbor said she started leaving the back porch light on, just in case Emily found her way back.
Investigators reported a rise in public panic. Some received prank calls where a voice whispered, "He sees you." Whether they were hoaxes or not, fear spread.
The community held vigils. Phone towers were checked. Every time Line 7 blinked, which it did 3 more times in the following months, hope surged and dread followed.
Each time no call came through, just the light, just the silence.
Emily Reyes remains a missing person, but now she's something more, a symbol of how one message, one voice, can echo far beyond the moment.
And while we don't know who or what placed that call, it's undeniable that someone wanted us to listen.
Emily's case is far from closed. A teenage girl disappeared without a trace, followed by a call no one should have received, a voice that shouldn't exist.
But what if it wasn't just one case?
Next week, we'll explore the mystery of number stations, signals that have been broadcasting for decades, reading numbers, codes, and sometimes names.
We'll dive into a 1991 case in Poland, a family that vanished hours after recording one such station's transmission.
Could these stations be tools for spies, or are they something more ancient, more aware?
If you've heard something strange on your radio, if you've ever received a call that no one else can verify, you're not alone.
We want your theories, your encounters. Head to the comments and let us know, what is the voice on Line 7, and why did it know Emily's name?
Be sure to subscribe to Curell Case Files for more eerie investigations, unexplained disappearances, and voices from the unknown.
Because sometimes, the scariest stories don't start with footsteps in the dark.
They start with a phone ringing,